May 15th is known to the Palestinians as Nakba Day. The Nakba means a catastrophe in Arabic. Nakba Day is known and remembered by Palestinians as the day when they were expelled from their homes and the State of Israel was officially created. May 15th, 1948. This date is often considered the beginning of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict that we know today. Since then, Palestinians have struggled to achieve statehood, and they have remained a stateless population. There are 6 million registered Palestinians living in Palestine. The majority of Palestinians live outside of the occupied territories of Gaza and the West Bank, and live in surrounding Middle Eastern countries such as Lebanon, Jordan, and Syria. The Palestinian diaspora spans the entire globe, with large populations living in the United States, Europe, and South America. 76 years later, Palestinians remember the Nakba in different ways, through events held to commemorate the destruction of the Palestinian state, through storytelling of the events and personal memories, and through items that relate to the Palestinian identity, whether they were brought when Palestinians fled during the Nakba and passed down through generations, or if there are newer items created or purchased in commemoration of the Nakba. Some of the ways that Palestinians remember the Nakba is through dress and its ties to cultural heritage. Wearing cultural heritage dress is one way that Palestinians remember the Nakba. The Palestinian cultural heritage dress is called the thobe. The thobe is the traditional Palestinian woman's A-line style dress, meaning that they are designed to be loose rather than form-fitting. Thobes are traditionally sewn in either a white or black material depending on the region with which they are associated. The most common color combination is a black background with red embroidery, followed by that of a white background with red embroidery and accent colors. The thobe is traditionally made from cotton, originally dyed with natural dyes such as indigo, a plant which produces a blue color, and depending on the strength of the dye, can be close to black, and madder, also a plant, and cochineal, produced from dried and ground insects, both producing a red color, although cochineal was more costly and therefore madder was used more often. After the introduction of synthetic dyes, which were easier to use and less likely to run, meaning that the dyes would not change the color of other items when being washed, the use of natural dyes diminished greatly. While some thobes are still made in Palestine, the majority are mass-produced in other countries as far away as China, and are often manufactured using synthetic dyes and fabrics. Thobes have a large square of embroidery on the front, with small designs on the sleeves and down the front of the dress. Tatriz is the use of cross-stitch to create the patterns on the thobe. The patterns tell a story and a history, such as the region or village that the wearer is from, and things such as marital and socioeconomic status. However, the patterns also reflect events like the Nakba that cause disruption and can sometimes be seen through pattern analysis. Tatriz is usually done with cotton, silk, or synthetic thread and is done by crossing the stitch on the front. The back of the embroidery is especially important. Some have showy triangular sleeves and others have more practical straight sleeves. The making of the thobe is not widely practiced today, and the majority of Palestinian women do not know how to make them. However, there is a renewed interest in the art of tatriz, particularly by women of Palestinian descent who live in the diaspora. Through the self-expression of the thobe, Palestinians remember the Nakba. While it is no longer common practice to wear the thobe every day, they are still worn to events and ceremonies such as weddings, protests, and formal and informal gatherings for Palestinians conducted at private residences. Thus, while the thobe is not a part of everyday wear, it is still an integral part of Palestinian cultural heritage and identity, and is a way that Palestinians remember the Nakba. My name is Cailin Kwoh at the Center for Theology and Religious Studies at Lund University. Thank you for listening.